On the morning of September 8, 2025, employees at a West Hollywood impound lot noticed a stench so sharp it cut through the thick LA air. They traced it to a sleek 2023 Tesla Model 3, parked for days, silent and locked. At first, they feared a dead animal. What they found was far worse. When officers popped the front trunk, yes, the front trunk, Hollywood's latest horror began. Inside a black duffel lay the decomposing body of a 15-year-old girl. Her name would soon ignite global headlines, Celeste Rivas Hernandez. But the shock didn't stop there. Records showed the Tesla was registered hundreds of miles away in Texas to a young music sensation known to millions as D4vd, real name David Anthony Burke. In a single instant, the narrative flipped. A platinum-selling Gen Z star with a devoted online following, now tied to a Hollywood crime scene. How did a teenager from Lake Elsinore end up in the trunk of a celebrity's car? And where was D4d when the discovery was made? Police called it a suspicious death. Fans called it a nightmare. And the world began asking the question that will haunt every chapter of this story. Is this the coincidence of a lifetime or the cover-up of a crime? Before Celeste Rivas Hernandez became the center of a Hollywood tragedy, she was already a mystery in her own hometown. Celeste grew up in Lake Elsinore, a quiet Riverside County community an hour outside Los Angeles. But behind the suburban calm was a teenage girl whose life kept slipping through the cracks. Public records and family statements confirm that Celeste was reported missing at least 3 times in 2024. Each time she vanished without a clear explanation, then surfaced again, only to disappear once more. Friends described a bright but restless 15-year-old, someone who loved music, spent hours online, and sometimes spoke of secret plans. Police reports paint a troubling pattern: late-night departures, unanswered texts, and sudden reappearances that left even those closest to her confused. During one disappearance, authorities say Celeste was located in Hollywood, more than 60 miles from home. Officers brought her back to Lake Elsinore, but the reasons for her trips to Los Angeles were never fully explained. Family members begged her to stay close, yet she slipped away again in May, her final disappearance. Her mother would later reveal that Celeste had mentioned a boy named David, someone she met online, someone older. At the time, the name meant little. Today, with the discovery in that Tesla, it feels like a chilling breadcrumb. Was Celeste running toward freedom or into danger? Was she seeking a hidden romance or escaping something she never shared? Each unanswered question deepens the shadow over her final days. By the time investigators opened that car trunk in September, Celeste had been missing for more than a year. But the trail she left behind, reports, sightings, cryptic messages, now reads like the prelude to a tragedy no one stopped in time. By the time Celeste's body was identified, detectives already faced a puzzle as twisted as a Hollywood thriller. A teenage victim, a luxury electric car, and a rising music star whose name was on the registration. Investigators moved quickly. Within days of the discovery, LAPD homicide detectives obtained a search warrant for a Hollywood Hills residence linked to David Anthony Burke, better known as D4vd. Neighbors watched as officers carried out computers, hard drives, and phones, items now undergoing forensic analysis. Authorities said only that they were pursuing all leads. But the message was unmistakable. This was no routine vehicle recovery. Meanwhile, D4d's carefully built world began to fracture. Tour dates were suddenly canceled without explanation, collaborators quietly distanced themselves, and social media accounts once flooded with adoration, filled with a single burning question: what does he know? Through his representatives, D4d insisted he was innocent and confirmed he was cooperating fully with investigators. He claimed he had left Los Angeles weeks before the Tesla was towed and abandoned. So how did the car and Celeste end up in Hollywood? Detectives have not publicly named any suspects. No arrests have been made. But the search of D4vd's property, the seizure of digital devices, and the sudden collapse of his tour schedule sent a clear signal to fans and critics alike. This is an active investigation, and every byte of data could hold the key to Celeste's final hours. For now, the evidence remains sealed. The autopsy results have not been released, and the man at the center of it all continues to say only 2 words: I'm innocent. But in the court of public opinion, silence can sound like something else entirely. While detectives sifted through hard drives and evidence bags, a different kind of investigation exploded online. Within hours of Celeste's name hitting the headlines, fans, true crime sleuths, and conspiracy hunters around the world began piecing together their own case. One tweet, one lyric, one screenshot at a time. It started with a single image, a tiny shh tattoo inked on Celeste's right index finger. Fans quickly dug up photos showing D4vd sporting an identical mark in the exact same spot. Coincidence? Or a silent pact captured in ink? Then came the music. Listeners revisited D4vd's breakout hit Romantic Homicide, noting it was released on Celeste's birthday. The song's shadowy music video, dim lights, crimson hues, a room stained in red, suddenly felt less like art and more like a riddle. Some pointed to cryptic lines about death and obsession. Others unearthed an unreleased track, allegedly titled Celeste, recorded months after she first vanished. Screenshots from group chats surfaced, claiming late-night FaceTime calls between a girl named Celeste and a mysterious David. Old photos appeared to place D4d near Lake Elsinore, the very town Celeste called home, despite his public statements that he barely knew her. Every clue, every grainy video clip was dissected on Reddit threads, TikTok lives, Discord servers. Some fans swore the evidence was undeniable. Others begged for restraint, reminding everyone that none of it had been confirmed by police. But the speculation only fed the frenzy. A platinum artist, a dead teenager, and lyrics that suddenly read like prophecy. It was the perfect storm for an online manhunt. For detectives, the noise was both a blessing and a curse. Tips poured in, but so did wild theories. And for D4d, each refresh of a fan form meant another layer of suspicion, another shadow he couldn't escape. Even after weeks of headlines, the core mysteries remain unsolved. Investigators have not released the autopsy report, leaving Celeste's exact cause of death a haunting question. No charges have been filed, and police continue to say only that several leads are under active review. For the public, uncertainty fuels obsession. Streaming numbers for D4vd's music have surged even as sponsors back away. Comment sections overflow with theories, some pointing to hidden meanings in lyrics. Others arguing he may be an unlucky owner, caught in a tragic coincidence. Every new rumor spreads like wildfire, blurring the line between evidence and entertainment. Meanwhile, Celeste's family grieves in quiet devastation. Her body has been laid to rest, but her story refuses to fade. Vigils glow in Lake Elsinore, fans leave flowers at concert venues, and petitions demand a full, transparent investigation. As the spotlight burns brighter, one fact remains. A 15-year-old girl is gone. A young star stands under a cloud of suspicion, and the world is still waiting for the truth. A truth that could destroy a career, redeem an innocent man, or reveal a darkness no song could ever hide. The investigation now moves behind closed doors, where only evidence, not rumors, will decide what happens next. Until authorities speak, every theory remains just that. If you want every verified update as this case unfolds, stay with Tales Script, where we follow the facts and uncover the stories others miss. Hit subscribe, tap the bell, and join us as we track the next twist in the Tesla trunk mystery.